What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the Movie Bunker, where physical media is alive and well. I am 4K Outlaw. Ignore the voice. Ignore the stuffiness. I'm currently fighting off something. I was going to say I'm not going to make a video, but I thought, you know what? That's the kind of attitude that makes me lose interest and stop doing this. So we're going to power through it. We are going to be doing my favorite top 10 releases of 2024. Now, before we get into it, these are in no particular order. I was going to try to do it in order, but the more and more I looked into it, the more and more it became kind of stressful because there's so many great releases that came out in 2024. So these are in no particular order. And it's also very important to note that this is my top 10. These are my favorite releases. My grade is based off of love of the movie, number one most important thing. Bonus features, special features, rewatchability, packaging, the whole 9 yards. Lots of stuff. So guys, grab you some popcorn as I go over what I think was one of the best years for physical media ever with my 10 favorite releases, again, in no particular order, of 2024. Guys, do me a favor. We just passed 800 subscribers. Hit that follow button. Smash the like button. Let's get started. So up first, I can say that this is probably not in a lot of other people's top 10 favorites, but I can guarantee you it is in everyone's top 10 favorites for most controversial. And I am talking about the 50th anniversary edition of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, there's been a lot of videos for these, but in case you haven't seen it, you get the 4K and you also get the VHS. Now, for complete transparency for the video, Dark Skies did send me this over for review, so I paid nothing for this. So I love this release. Now, this release cost $300. If I had paid $300, would I have loved it as much? I don't know. All I know is I do love the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is one of my favorite pieces in the collection. Anytime somebody comes over and they have seen this, they've been like, what the hell is that? It's a great conversation starter, so I had to put it on the list because, like I said, it is one of my favorite releases of the year. One that I think that we can more than likely all agree on, we have the Hitcher's Second Sight 4K release. And guys, what a release. As far as anticipation, this is one I was the most excited for. Now, I just watched The Hitcher for the first time a few years back, but I absolutely loved it. And this is one of those movies that didn't really have a great release. Now we've got it. This bad boy is super nice. And Second Sight, as always, has destroyed it, killed this release. They have done an amazing job. Tons of great special features, amazing transfer. And this is how this movie should be seen. Now, if you don't want to get this big box, you can just buy the standard edition. No matter what edition you buy, I cannot recommend grabbing the Hitcher enough. What I think was one of Scream Factory's, actually, let me take that back. I think this was Scream Factory's best 4K release yet. I'm talking about Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This 4K transfer is absolutely breathtaking. It's so nice, I bought it twice. Yeah, I bought the Steelbook, I bought the big deluxe edition. We love this movie. This movie holds all kinds of sentimental value for me. This is the first quote-unquote horror film that I showed the girls, and one that we watch every year around Halloween. So I was happy to get this, and it was even better that they did such a great job with this. The special features are awesome. The transfer is amazing. I've seen this movie, the first time I watched this was on USA. So mind-boggling that here we are now with this transfer, which is amazing. I don't think this movie's ever going to look better. And yeah, this is another one. A no-brainer. If you don't have Killer Clowns, you've got to grab it. Another set I was super excited came out. We have House LLC. Now, I just watched these movies for the first time, this time last year, in the deep of winter. And we watched all these movies back to back, and I knew that I wanted to get them. Unfortunately, at that time, there was no like box set. These were all, you could get the first one on DVD. So the reason that this is on the list is because this makes it nice and easy to grab all these. They're in a really cool case. They are on Blu-ray. They are region-free. There is a back. And if you're a found footage fan, these are amazing flicks. Like I said, to be able to have them all at once in this nice box. For now, when I bought this, there was no more Hell Houses. So this was the complete collection. It was complete for about 38 minutes. But nonetheless, I had to put this on the list. I absolutely love these movies. I'm a huge found footage fan, and this was just a no-brainer. One that might be somewhat controversial, and I don't care, this is my list, is this beautiful Terminator 4K Steelbook. Now, I got a lot of fun videos planned, one of which I'm going to do my favorite Steelbooks in my collection. I'm going to do a complete 4K collection, a complete horror collection, but I wanted to show this off because I like the transfer. I thought the transfer was great. I love this steelbook. I think this is one of the nicest steelbooks for the Terminator. Well, actually, I think this is the nicest steelbook, period. This reminds me of the old Mondo one they did on Blu-ray years back for the Terminator 2 one. But we finally got a Terminator 1 4K, and like I said, I absolutely adore this release, and the transfer for me was fine. The special features were fun. It was a fun one to revisit. So yeah, I had to put this one on the list. If you've made it this far in the video, leave me a comment and tell me what your favorite release of the year was, because you know what? I lied. I am going to tell you my favorite 4K release of the year, and it's A Nightmare on Elm Street. Guys, listen. For years, I have been waiting, hoping and praying that we got a Nightmare on Elm Street 4K set from Scream Factory. That doesn't look like that's going to happen. But what I do think is going to happen is we're going to get an awesome release from Warner Brothers. And the reason that I say that is because this 4K transfer on this movie was awesome. I had very little hopes for this, and I can honestly say I have seen this on VHS, I've seen this on cable television, I've had this on Blu-ray, multiple copies. This 4K is the best way to watch this movie. It sounds amazing. Now, you don't get a lot in the way of special features. You do get some. Nothing really new, though. There's a couple of new ones added in here. But this is my favorite release of the year. I'm so happy that we finally got a Nightmare on Elm Street 4K. And I doubled down on this one. I went ahead and bought that as well. And that is A Nightmare on Elm Street. I haven't opened this one yet. This is this beautiful 4K steelbook set. I had to get this. I've been waiting so long. Nightmare's been so long without getting stuff that I'm going to double dip, triple dip, quadruple dip. I'm going to buy everything they put out because I want more Freddy. The release of the year that surprised me the most, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I wasn't a super big fan of the price of this set. It was very expensive, but worth it. And I'm talking about the Synapse 4K release for Trick or Treat. I have been asked about this movie for years. I have never seen this movie until this release. I have no emotional attachment to it, like I do Trick or Treat with Sam, but this release is stunning. The special features on this are awesome. I love how they house this. You get a very sturdy box. You get this very thick case to keep the movie in. And guys, I'm going to be honest with you. The bonus features on this were awesome. I learned so much about this movie, and I love it. I love the soundtrack. I immediately searched for the vinyl for this. The soundtrack for this is amazing. No brainer when it involves Ozzy's in this movie. Gene Simmons. So many 80 rock icons are in this. A perfect Halloween movie. One will be in my rotation every single year. So I had to add this, guys. I had to. Trick or Treat. Lots of fun. Kind of pricey. They went pretty quick, but I was so happy to get this cover. This is the one that I wanted the most. We can't talk about Trick or Treat and then not talk about Trick or Treat with Sam. Here is the Arrow Video 4K release. Listen, I have talked about this movie till I'm blue in the face. I love this movie. The Scream Factory edition, the Blu-ray, the artwork was amazing. I wasn't huge on the transfer. The transfer just looked too grainy to me. This transfer is how to see this movie. It looks incredible. I have learned that whatever Arrow Video puts out is just flawless. I think they're the closest thing to in terms of transfers to Criterion that there is. I had to get this release. Guys, take a minute and look at those bonus features. I mean, that's what this is about. Again, a beautiful, beautiful collection. Arrow Video did an amazing job for this. And Trick or Treat and Trick or Treat in the same year. What a year. I can't believe I'm adding this to this list. I must say again, this was also sent to me, but that has nothing to do with it. I just love this release, and I'm talking about Transformers 1. Guys, listen, I'm not a huge Transformers guy. I don't know. I didn't grow up with this. This is a little bit, before me. But what a movie, and what a steelbook. This steelbook is absolutely awesome. Again, Paramount, thank you for sending this over. I did not expect to like this movie. I didn't watch this right away. I kind of waited a little bit on it, and I love this flick. The transfer was great. I was getting emotional. I don't even know who the hell half these people are. I immediately became infatuated with the Transformers lore, and it was all because of this movie. Like I said, I can't say enough good things about this. A wonderful release. Amazing transfer, guys. This is one of those kind of movies that if you have somebody in your life that's not real big on 4K and physical media and don't care about the upgrades and all that stuff. This is what you pop them in and show them on your player. This is what you show them on your 4K TV. This is how you convert somebody to 4K. This release right here, chef's kiss, Paramount killed it. Everyone is all over Lionsgate, and rightfully so. They have some great releases, but in my opinion, Paramount has the best steelbooks in the game. And I said this in my last video, if you are a steelbook fan, this is the time to be collecting them. I feel like we're in the golden era of steelbooks. Everyone that I have seen that's been released or coming out is a banger, and this is up there with them. If you had told me at the beginning of the year that my favorite movie of the year would be a cartoon, the same year that Terrifier 3, Nosferatu, Deadpool and Wolverine came out, I would have said you were crazy. But my favorite movie of the year was The Wild Robot. And it was also one of my favorite releases of the year. This 4K transfer is amazing. Listen, I love this movie. This movie was sent to me. Again, that I just want to be transparent for the video. That has nothing to do with it. But I will say this, is if this movie was not sent to me, I would have never watched it. I am not a big cartoon guy. I'm very picky and specific in what I watch and the time that I allow myself to watch certain things. This movie was just perfect. I watched it after the holidays. This was a bittersweet holiday for me. I think that this is the last year with my girls. I'm going to say that we're going to have that magic. And if you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. There were a lot of questions this year about Christmas, we'll just say. And it kind of bummed me out because I'm a big kid at heart and I love buying toys, and I love the spirit of Christmas, and I love all that stuff. So it kind of bummed me out a little bit. But this movie, man, it just, I don't know. I loved it. I think that they don't make movies like this anymore. This movie had no agenda. It was nothing. It was just a sweet movie. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's what it was. I had watched so much Nosferatu and Terrifier and all this stuff. I needed a little, I don't know. And this was it. This was whatever I needed. It was what I needed at the time. It was one of those perfect movie nights. Me and my wife cried on each other, and we just, I just sit there and I let the credits roll. I went out to work that night and I played the soundtrack, which is just, oh God, beautiful. What a beautiful, I mean, listen, this right here, this movie, this is why I'm making videos. This is the magic that these movies have that I think transcends this hobby. And it motivates me to do these things and to make these videos. This movie will always have been there for me the year that I needed it the most. And I love it. I have anybody that have asked, I have said, you got to watch The Wild Robot. If you have a birthday or a Christmas coming and you're in the family, spoiler alert for what you're getting. Because I'm getting you this. Because this movie is awesome. It needs to be seen. And I loved it. So guys, there it was. There was my favorite list, some of my favorite movies of the year. There are a few that I left off. This could have very easily been my release of the year. I got it during Christmas though, so I haven't got a chance to watch it. And even though this is one of my favorite movies of all time, I know that I'm going to love this. It's going to be one of my favorite releases. It just didn't seem fair to the movies that I have watched. But this release, again, for Second Sight to put out a movie like Blair Witch that means so much to me, this would have been on the list if I had had time to watch it. It is a Blu-ray, but guys, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really need my found footage in 4K. That's one genre that I'm going to probably just stick with Blu-ray and maybe even DVD. This doesn't need a 4K. But there it is, guys, my favorite releases of the year. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you guys for 800 subscribers. Big shout out to everybody that's jumped over from TikTok. The ban coming, what's going to happen? I can just tell you this. This is where I'll be. I'm not starting a Lemonade, a Watermelon 4, any of that shit. I'm staying right here on YouTube, and I'm staying on TikTok if it stays. Thank you all so much for watching. Guys, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. The goal for this year is by the end of the year to be at 1,000 subscribers. I think we can do that. We got to 800 very quick, and I love you all. Guys, listen. When people ask you if physical media is dead, show them this video. Show them that in the year 2024, we got a beautiful release for some movies that we never thought we would. Nightmare on Elm Street, The Hitcher, Blair Witch Project. So many great releases came out this year. I love each and every one, most of you. I love 97% of you. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for all the support. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button if you like physical media. As always, farewell from the Movie Bunker. And I'll see you at the movies.